Listen, lean in, before a life shatters quietly. It always begins with this whisper: do whatever you want. Many clap for that whisper, celebrate it, and crown it as wisdom. But what they forget is this: the most dangerous chains are the ones wrapped in the costume of freedom. The most destructive permission is the permission you give yourself without thinking of the consequence. Tonight, I am not here to entertain you. I am here to alert you, awaken you, and pull you back from the cliff that excess freedom builds beneath your feet. Freedom is beautiful when honored, but terrifying when indulged. There is a freedom that builds a destiny, and a freedom that dissolves one grain at a time. Freedom becomes law when it remembers its limits, but becomes ruin when it forgets the fence. Freedom is a river, refreshing when you drink from it, deadly when you try to sleep inside it. Every soul that shouts, "I may," without ever asking, "Should I?" eventually pays in a currency more expensive than money: time, dignity, reputation, peace, and sometimes purpose. A man who insists that every door must stay open eventually discovers that the thief and the opportunity both enter through the same unlocked space. A people who untie every rope eventually discover that not every knot was bondage. Some knots were anchors. Loose reins teach a horse to run fast, but loose boundaries teach a human to fall hard. Excess liberty is a lantern swinging in a dark forest at midnight. It reveals beauty and also invites predators. When your idea of freedom becomes anything goes, you end up going nowhere meaningful. Freedom without restraint is a cup without a bottom, a promise without a spine, a future without foundations. To allow yourself everything is to lose yourself gradually. To indulge every voice in your mind is to hire chaos as your personal assistant. To silence every caution is to invite consequences through your front door. Nations that demand unlimited liberty soon beg for a leader who can restore order. Families that celebrate no rules end up paying for expensive repairs to broken relationships. Individuals who embrace excess freedom wake up one morning realizing they didn't enjoy liberty. Liberty enjoyed them. You were called to freedom, but not a freedom that feeds your destruction. Freedom misused becomes a knife you hand to your weaknesses. Freedom misunderstood becomes permission for your downfall. A man without self-control is a city without walls, open, exposed, and unguarded. Freedom without discipline is a ship that loves the wind and dies in the storm. Imagine a village that tore down its gates because someone convinced them that boundaries were oppression. The first week, they danced. The second week, they bragged. The third week, strangers walked in without invitation. The fourth week, wolves followed the scent of silence. By the time the villagers realized the gates were not enemies, but guardians, the foundation had been trampled and the stones scattered. This is what excess freedom does. The celebration comes early, the regret arrives late, and the repair costs more than you can afford. A young man who mocks boundaries calls himself fearless, but the same boundaries he mocked become the lessons he learns through pain.
A woman who rejects wise counsel calls it independence, but independence without direction becomes isolation with an audience. Small permissions become large ones. Small compromises become patterns.
The first night of indulgence feels like victory. The 100th morning feels like captivity. Freedom without fences looks like beauty, but grows like ivy, slow, silent, suffocating everything it climbs. Love requires boundaries. Peace requires order. Destiny requires discipline. Unlimited freedom is simply unlimited consequences dressed in glamour. Freedom is not the absence of limits. Freedom is the wisdom to honor the right limits. Boundaries do not reduce your life, they refine it. The fence that holds you back today will hold you up tomorrow. Chains of discipline eventually become wings of mastery. True liberty is always anchored to something stronger than impulse. Picture the leader who wanted everyone to like him, so he stopped saying no. At first, applause filled the air, but soon, the people no longer respected him. Disorder grew. The society rotted. Too much freedom without guidance became a slow collapse. It always does. When rules vanish, dignity follows. When boundaries die, relationships suffocate. Freedom is not meant to be weaponized against yourself. Every appetite that goes unchecked one day becomes addiction. Every desire never examined becomes a dictator. Excess freedom does not destroy you instantly. It erodes you gradually. It whispers, it negotiates, it comforts, it tricks, and then it chains. But hear me clearly. Freedom can be noble when anchored. It becomes strength when guided by discipline. It becomes peace when guarded by truth. You can be free and wise. You can be free and honorable. You can be free and loyal to your future. A person without boundaries rises quickly in pleasure, but collapses in consequence. A person with boundaries may move slower, but they move stronger, longer, deeper, and safer. Temptation visits, storms hit, distractions call, but they remain steady because they know what they refuse to lose. Measure your decisions by the tomorrow they create. Answer desire with discipline. Answer impulse with prayer. Answer applause with truth. Keep small but strong fences, not to imprison you, but to keep the wolves from sleeping in your kitchen. Let this echo inside you. Freedom that serves you is priceless, but freedom that deceives you is deadly. Good freedom lifts you. Bad freedom loosens you. Good freedom expands you. Bad freedom erodes you. Good freedom builds character. Bad freedom breaks it. There's nothing admirable about permission to ruin your life. There's nothing empowering about the right to self-destruct. The real honor is not in how many liberties you take, but in how many boundaries you respect. Restraint is not weakness, it is intelligence. Whisper this to your soul. Freedom is my gift. Restraint is my stewardship. Say it until your decisions remember it. Say it when temptation sings. Say it when opportunities disguise danger. Say it when silence tries to push you into old mistakes. Freedom was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to shape you into someone capable of choosing life over decay. Freedom without responsibility is chaos. Freedom without truth is confusion. Freedom without boundaries is erosion. But the good news is, the same freedom that led you off the path can lead you back onto it. The same freedom that opened the wrong door can help you close it forever. You can rebuild. You can restart. You can reclaim your mind, your discipline, your purpose. Freedom becomes dangerous only when you stop guiding it. But when you guide it with wisdom, it becomes a powerful force that carries you into greatness. Use your freedom to build. Use it to grow. Use it to love. Use it to become better, stronger, wiser. And when you master this, your freedom will no longer be a threat to your destiny. It will be the wind behind your elevation. Before you go, if this message awakened something in you, if it stirred your spirit, if it gave you clarity, direction, or the courage to reclaim control of your life, then don't walk away silently. Let your growth continue. Let your mind stay fed. Let your journey stay ignited. Click that subscribe button right now.